Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to talk about my number one growth stock, and I'm going to do an update for you guys because that stock has been on fire. And I had a few of you guys asking what is the plan going forward. Am I going to be selling any of my position in this UK growth stock? So we'll reveal that in a second. But overall, yeah, what a week again in the stock market. Overall, the US portfolio was flying, but as well, there was a couple of good winners in the UK market, which was really good to see. So hope you guys are having a good weekend as well with them gains from last week. If you do want to support the channel after all these stocks that have done very well have been provided for you on the internet for free, if you do want to reward the YouTube channel and myself, go subscribe to the Patreon. £6 a month, you get 2 exclusive videos a week on there. We just dropped some exclusive videos over the weekend on there, or you can sign up yearly and it's even cheaper if you do an annual subscription. But let's get stuck onto this stock. So we're going to talk about my new UK growth stock, which I did release around about a month ago, and I did one update since then, but it has been on a big run at the moment. Since I actually started buying the stock from around about the start of December, the stock is up nearly 100% since that time frame, around about 90% from my first buy, which is really good. But even alone in the last month is up 26%, and in the last 5 days up 31%. And that stock is Audioboom, ticker symbol BOOM, probably my favourite ticker symbol in the UK portfolio at the moment. And with it performing so well, with me being up on my position so much already with this stock, what is my plan going forward with this business? Well, I'll reveal that all for you today. So, last time we got an update from Audioboom, it was another upgrade from the stock. I think the third update this year, and they upgraded the EBITDA margins ahead of expectations again with 13% annual growth. I'm not going to go through all the numbers because we've covered the numbers on the YouTube channel before, which you can go have a look at. But they're all fantastic. All the numbers were moving up in the right direction. So what has started to happen is we have started to get the updated brokers numbers. So for us retail investors that don't get all the premium numbers, we have to wait a little bit for us to get it. But Stockopedia do now have the brokers numbers on there. I think the Stockopedia is the best site for any UK investors if you do want to get the numbers, guys. You can join with the link in the description and you'll actually get, I think it's 20% off if you do join with the link in the description. But we do have the updated numbers, and once again they have upgraded the numbers now. So we are expecting 2024 a net profit of 2.9 million. And in 2025 numbers, we're now expecting 3.7 million, which would put us around about an EPS of 37 and around about forward times P of 18. Now, when I was planning to make this video, it was actually 14 forward times earnings, but because the stock has run up even more, we're now at a forward P of 18, which I still don't actually think is that bad. And the other thing is that I actually think that there's going to be more profit upgrades in 2025 and more revenue guidance upgrades, that I think these numbers are actually probably not going to be the correct numbers. I think we could see that P be even lower. And if you look at the revenue guidance at the moment, the revenue guidance is only for around about 10% revenue growth, which I don't think they'll do. I think they'll do a lot more than 10% revenue growth than what's forecasted in. I think there's going to be still big upgrades coming forward with Audioboom. The first thing is obviously to look at the TAM. The industry CAGR at the moment is expected to grow at 22%. I would expect them to be somewhere closer to the industry CAGR, which obviously is a lot higher than the growth that is currently in those analyst numbers at the moment. The other thing is the Showcase platform. If you go back to when I started talking about Audioboom, one of the reasons why I bought this stock was because of the Showcase platform. The Showcase platform is a big growth driver for them. It is growing at big rates, and as well as that, it's the most profitable part of the business. The gross margins on this part of the business is a lot higher than any of the previous platforms. So this is generating more profit than it has ever done, and it's growing at 56% year over year. Now, what's going to happen in another year's time is, as we see with 21 up to 2025, we see the Showcase platform go from 11% of the revenue to 32% of the revenue. Once again, another year, if it grows at high rates, is going to then make up more of the platform. It's the fastest growing part, so you're going to have higher growth rates and more going to the bottom line. So you're going to go from gross margins that have normally been around the 20% up to 31% gross margin. So you're going to see big drag ups in the profitability and in the revenue as the Showcase platform continues to grow going forward. And as we see here, it grew 56% recently. Now, as well as that, one thing that happened through 2023, 2024 is advertising rates. Advertising rates are going higher and higher and higher. Right now, the premium advertising product is approximately 17% higher than what it was in 2025 compared to 2024. So pricing is going up. Advertising market is very strong at the moment. It's gone from a low, and it was still at a bit of a low in the start of 2024, into more of a premium pricing power. So the prices that people are paying are also going to help the revenue growth and the bottom line of Audioboom as well going forward. The other thing is we also have more minimum guaranteed obligations coming out. So if you go back to this video here, one of the reasons why Audioboom struggled the last few years for profitability, as you look at the Stockopedia numbers here, is they put minimum guarantee payments in the contracts. They have all come out now. It killed the profit for the last kind of couple of years. And this is going to save, or it's going to be a reduction of nearly 3 million as well. And that's beginning of Q1 2025. And even more minimum guarantee exposure reduced through 2025. So what you're going to have already is you're already going to have, if we go back to the Stockopedia numbers, there's expected some improvement in the profitability side of it. But you're going to get some of that from the revenue growth. You're going to get that through some of the showcase pricing. You're going to have, as well as that, the advertising is going to be stronger pricing. And then if on top of that, then you've got another 3 million already from those minimum obligations coming out. So there's so many tailwinds that are currently going on. And like I said, I can't see, with the growth that Showcase is growing at, and the industry CAGR, and also the pricing on the premium already 17% up, I cannot see the revenue only being 10%. I believe by the end of the year we will see the the total revenue come somewhere between the 15 to 20% range. So I would expect more upgrades from that point of view, and I would expect big upgrades from the profitability side of it. So right now it's an 18 forward times earnings. I think by the end of the year we could easily, at the current share prices, that would obviously drop down to a lot lower multiple, which is obviously still quite attractive for a company that is going to be growing somewhere between 10-20% on the UK markets at the moment. Now, the last time I showed you these numbers, Audioboom was a £4.28 stock. Now the stock has gone up to £5.53, so I have had to update my numbers from the last time I showed you guys. But I just wanted to show you guys what I had in previously, and you can see here, that's what I really like on the low side. When you, even on the low numbers of, you would be a bit disappointed if they did these numbers, we were still getting 65% upside on the minimum side. On the high side, we were getting 367%, and that had no metric expansion priced into the price. Now let's have a look at some numbers now, and you can see the upside is a little bit more limited because the stock has skyrocketed since I last showed you the numbers, and it's had a really good month. But as we look at the numbers here, there's still some absolute cracking upside on the business still coming up at the moment. And that's on 10% revenue growth, which I think they can easily do. A 5% profit margin, a 20 times earnings multiple. I think and no upgrade on the guidance, because obviously I've got 80 million in there, and right now the forecast is for 80 million. And like I said, I think they could potentially be higher than that. So I've not even put in the fact that I think the revenue numbers could be even better than what is in here. So even on those numbers here, there's still plenty of attractive upside right now in the stock. A lot of upside. So yeah, I am not a seller at these prices. And if anything, looking at those numbers, I am probably a net buyer, closer to being a net buyer than a net seller right now. And like I said, that's got no metric expansion in, because I believe if Audioboom was to grow at 10, 15, 20% revenue growth and gets to these sort of profit margins, I think this is a premium valuation for a UK company, because this is a UK growth stock. 20 times earnings is about the average. This is not an average company. This is a UK growth stock. We should put this to a bit of a premium. And that would mean that we would be talking about maybe a 30 times earnings multiple. If I was to just update the multiples to a 30 times earnings, and let's not forget it could go even higher than that, but I don't like assuming crazy frothy valuations. But if I do that right now, I mean, even now on the low side, I'm still getting mega upside, and we nearly got a 5-bagger here right now. So yeah, I've been in this stock for now just around about 2 months right now. and I'm nowhere near close to selling any of my position right now. I believe that Audioboom is just kind of getting started as that showcase platform takes over. And like I said, I'm probably more closer to being a net buyer than a net seller. And I really look forward to the next update whenever we do get the next update and see once again if we kind of get another guidance hike going forward. And I think that would set the tone that, okay, this is going to be another cracking year for these guys. So yeah, with Audioboom, obviously, yeah, so far it's been a fantastic winner for us in the UK portfolio. In the last month alone, we're up 26%. Last 5 days, up 31%, and it's performing really well for us. And but for all those that are saying to me, what's my plan with Audioboom going forward? Is there a plan to kind of release any capital? I've got to say no, and I've got to be honest with you guys. I'm probably closer, like I said, probably closer to a net buyer than a net seller of this stock. So we'll see. If it has a little bit of a drop, I might add some more in. But that's where I'm at with Audioboom. And once again, congratulations to any of you guys that are Audioboom shareholders. And once again, another stock for me that's absolutely flying so far this year. And yeah, if any of you guys want to say thank you, obviously you guys know where the place is. You can join the private group, and I'll give you 2 exclusive videos as well to say thank you for joining. So apart from that, thanks for watching, guys. See you in a bit.